Most people fail not because they lack talent or ambition, but because they are trapped in the wrong environment. The Stoics believed our external surroundings shape our inner life more than we realize. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, chaos, or low standards, your potential begins to shrink without warning. This video will open your eyes to how your environment is silently destroying your growth and how to take it back. Change your environment, and you can change your destiny. Lesson 1. The power of your social circle. The people you spend the most time with are shaping your future. Whether you notice it or not, your friends, family, and co-workers influence how you think, how you speak, and what you believe is possible. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." This isn't about being judgmental, it's about protecting your potential. If your circle is filled with people who constantly complain, make excuses, or reject growth, it becomes normal to live small. You stop dreaming big. You begin to settle. Even worse, their mindset seeps into your own. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with those who strive, who reflect, who seek virtue and wisdom, you're pulled upward. You grow just by being around them. Your social environment is like soil. If you plant yourself in a garden full of weeds, even the strongest flower will struggle. But in rich, nurturing soil, growth becomes natural. You don't have to fight so hard. Ask yourself, are the people in your life helping you become who you want to be? Or are they holding you back without meaning to? You may not be able to change everyone around you, but you can shift your focus. Spend more time with people who inspire you. Read books by great minds. Watch content that stretches your thinking. Even if you feel alone now, remember, one good connection is more powerful than 10 harmful ones. Your future self depends on your present company. Choose wisely. Build a circle that demands you rise, not settle. Lesson 2. The unseen influence of your physical space. Your environment isn't only about people, it's also about the space you live and work in. The Stoics believed in clarity, simplicity, and order. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled Rome and wrote Meditations, often reminded himself to keep things in order, let nothing be random or without purpose. Look around you. Is your room cluttered? Is your desk messy? Are your surroundings chaotic? These things may seem small, but they affect how your mind works. A messy space leads to a messy mind. When your environment lacks structure, your thoughts become scattered. You might feel tired without knowing why, or unmotivated, even though nothing big happened. That's your space speaking to your brain. A dirty, disorganized room silently tells you that nothing matters, that chaos is okay, that laziness is normal. But when your space is clean, open, and intentional, it lifts your spirit. It tells your brain, I respect myself, I respect this life. Stoicism is about removing what's unnecessary, not just in your thoughts, but in your space. The more physical clutter you remove, the more mental energy you free up. You stop wasting time searching, worrying, or avoiding. Simple changes can make a huge difference. Open a window, add a plant, clear your table, organize your things.
Create a space that feels calm, quiet, and clear. Your room should reflect your values. It should push you forward, not weigh you down. Don't wait until you feel like it. Take control of your space now. Because a disciplined space creates a disciplined mind. And with a focused mind, you can achieve almost anything.
Lesson 3. The digital deluge. We live in the noisiest time in history. Every second your phone buzzes. Notifications pop up. Social media pulls your attention. News stories flood your brain. And you think this is normal. But it's not. It's dangerous. Seneca warned us long ago. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. When you let your attention be stolen every few seconds, you lose the ability to think deeply. You become reactive, not reflective. You scroll for hours and feel empty afterward. You consume everything but learn nothing. This is not just a time problem. It's a life problem. Because your focus determines your direction. If your attention is scattered, your life will be scattered. And if your mind is always distracted, you will never reach your true potential. You must guard your attention like it's gold, because it is. Your phone should not control you. You should control it. Turn off notifications that don't serve you. Delete apps that waste your time. Create tech-free zones, especially in the morning and before sleep. The Stoics taught that peace comes from within. But how can you find peace when your mind is constantly pulled in every direction? You need silence. You need space. You need stillness. Use technology as a tool, not a master. Use it to learn, to grow, to build. Not to escape boredom, not to avoid your feelings. Remember, the more noise in your environment, the harder it is to hear your own thoughts. Create space for your mind to breathe. That's when wisdom can enter. That's when growth begins. Lesson 4. The trap of comfort. Comfort is sweet but deadly. It whispers lies like, "You're fine as you are," or "Why work harder?" But the Stoics knew better. They trained their minds and bodies to avoid becoming soft. Seneca practiced cold baths and poverty to build strength. Why? Because comfort weakens the will. And when life gets hard, comfort won't save you. Discipline will. Your environment today might be too soft, too convenient, too padded. Netflix, fast food, air conditioning, and scrolling, they all make life easier but not better. They shrink your hunger. They kill your fire. And over time, they make you fragile. Real growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in challenge, in pain, in the moments you push through resistance. The Stoics believed in voluntary discomfort, choosing hard things on purpose, not to suffer, but to stay strong, to stay alive inside. If your environment rewards laziness, change it. If your home encourages sitting all day, break the pattern. Stand, move, go outside. If your habits are too easy, challenge them. Wake up early, do the harder task first. Say no to things that make you weaker. Comfort is not the enemy, but addiction to it is. You need balance, enough ease to rest, but enough challenge to grow. Your potential lies beyond what feels good, beyond what's convenient. Break the habit of always choosing the easy path. Replace comfort with courage. Start small. Build grit. And every day choose growth over ease. You were not made for comfort. You were made for greatness. Lesson 5. Echo chambers and the death of critical thinking. One of the quiet dangers in your environment is the echo chamber. It's when everyone around you thinks the same, speaks the same, and believes the same things. At first, it feels safe, but over time, it kills your ability to think for yourself. The Stoics valued independent thought. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often to think clearly and see reality. But when your environment only reflects one worldview, you stop asking questions. You stop exploring. You become blind to other ideas. This happens in friend groups, in families, online, in workplaces. The same opinions repeated over and over, and if you challenge them, you're seen as wrong or even dangerous. So you stay silent. You conform. Not because you agree, but because it's easier. But your mind begins to atrophy. You lose your edge. You forget how to reason. And one day, you realize you no longer know why you believe what you believe. Break the echo. Read things that challenge you. Speak to people who think differently. Listen, not to argue, but to understand. Question what you hear, and question yourself too. The Stoics didn't fear disagreement. They welcomed it. Because every challenge is a chance to sharpen your thinking. Every new view is a window to deeper truth. Don't let your environment flatten your mind. Keep it sharp. Keep it open. In a world that rewards blind agreement, be the one who dares to think. Lesson 6. The scarcity mindset versus an environment of abundance. Some environments teach you that there's never enough. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough opportunity. This is the scarcity mindset. It keeps you small. It makes you jealous. It tells you that other people's success is a threat to yours. But the Stoics taught that peace comes from within, not from possessions. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." When you live in an abundant mindset, You stop comparing. You start creating. You begin to see how much is truly possible. Look at your environment. Is it filled with lack or with possibility? Are you around people who always talk about what they don't have? Or people who focus on what they can do? Scarcity makes you afraid. Abundance makes you bold. Scarcity says, there's no point. Abundance says, let's find a way. Even if you don't have much, you can create an abundant mindset. Start by being grateful. Gratitude opens your eyes to wealth that was always there. Celebrate others. Learn from them. Instead of envy, choose curiosity. Change the messages around you. Watch content that lifts your thinking. Speak to people who believe in growth. Focus on solutions, not just problems. Scarcity is a trap. Abundance is a choice. And your environment plays a big role in which one you live in. Choose the mindset that lifts you, that opens doors, that frees you from fear. Because when you believe there's enough for you and for others, you move through life with courage, not panic. Lesson 7. The normalization of low expectations. Many environments teach you to expect less. Less from yourself, less from others, less from life. You hear things like, just be realistic, or that's not possible for someone like you. Over time, you believe it. The Stoics never told us to dream small. They told us to expect hardship, but not to accept mediocrity. They urged us to live with purpose, to use reason, to seek excellence in every action. Low expectations feel safe. They protect you from disappointment, but they also rob you of joy. They kill your drive, and worst of all, they become your reality. If you expect little, you prepare little, and if you prepare little, you achieve little. It becomes a cycle. Look around. Are you in an environment where people aim high, or where they settle? Are you encouraged to try or told to stop? You must raise the bar, not just for others, but for yourself. Expect more, do more, think bigger. Demand growth, not just comfort. Don't settle for low energy, low effort, or low standards. Whether it's in your health, your work, or your thoughts, choose excellence. Even in the small things, raise your own expectations, and over time, your environment will rise with you. Lesson 8. The impact of your informational diet. What you feed your mind matters. Just like your body grows from what you eat, your mind grows from what you consume. The Stoics fed their minds with philosophy, nature, and silence. They were careful about what entered their thoughts, because they knew thoughts become actions, and actions become your life. But today, most people consume junk. Useless videos, mindless gossip, endless negativity. And they wonder why they feel anxious, lost, or numb. You don't need more information. You need better information. Feed your mind with ideas that lift you, with wisdom that sharpens you, with stories that challenge and inspire. Every piece of content you consume is shaping your beliefs. It's forming your worldview. Be ruthless with what you allow in. Choose books over noise, truth over trends, depth over distraction. Your environment includes your feeds, your podcasts, your music. Ask yourself, is this helping me grow or making me weaker? You become what you consume, so choose wisely. Curate a diet that nourishes the mind and the soul. Lesson 9. Geographic and economic limitations. Your location matters, so does your access to resources. Sometimes the place you live limits your vision. The economy around you shapes your confidence. If opportunities are scarce, it's hard to dream big. The Stoics faced this too. Epictetus was born a slave. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but lived simply. They both taught that your external situation doesn't define your internal strength. You may live in a small town or in poverty. You may feel trapped, but you are not powerless. The internet has opened new doors. Knowledge is everywhere. You can learn, grow, and connect, no matter where you live. Use it. Build skills. Start small. Stay consistent. Geographic and financial limits are real, but they don't have to be final. The Stoics taught us to focus on what we control, and you control your mindset, your effort, your habits. Use what you have. Start where you are, and over time, your limits become ladders. Lesson 10. Taking ownership of your environment. The most powerful shift happens when you stop blaming and start owning. Your environment may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. The Stoics believed in radical ownership. They taught us that while we can't control everything, we can control how we respond. You can choose what to keep and what to cut. You can shape your space. You can change your habits. You can build a better circle. You can protect your focus. You can rise. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Save yourself. Design an environment that reflects your highest values, one that fuels your goals, one that demands your best. Because the right environment doesn't just protect your potential, it unlocks it. Take ownership today and watch your whole life transform.